Hello and welcome into this evening's WPSL Heartland Division matchup between your Sunflower State FC and Union KC. Coming into this one here as a part of the Sunflower Kansas City Derby double day, as we have the ladies taking on Union KC here at Pembroke Hill in Kansas City, Missouri, while the men's team will be just across the state line at Mid-America Nazarene taking on other Kansas City club, Santa Fe Wanderers. Coming into this one here for Sunflower and Union KC, both teams are coming in red hot, with Union KC in second place in the Heartland Division, coming in off the back of 4 wins on the bounce, most recently a 2-1 victory down in Wichita for Union KC. Sunflower is coming in off of a hard-fought 2-0 defeat to the current 2 who have seized control of this division, but prior to that, Sunflower had won 3 games in a row, scoring 15 and only conceding 1, so plenty of form for them to revert back to here, as we will get you the starting lineups for both teams here, starting with the visiting Union KC. In goal for the visitors is number 00, Maggie Payne. At the back for the Union KC is number 25, Avery Rasmussen, number 19, Nastasia Garrett, number 17, Kayla Smith, and number 11, Chloe Wilms. In the midfield for the visitors is number 31, Izzy Ross, number 26, Aspen Patterson, and number 10, Aniston Kabentok. And up top is number 50, Ryan Clark, number 51, Emery Rolfilson, and number 8, Maggie O'Keefe. And for your Sunflower State FC, starting in goal, number 99, Hannah McFarlane. Back 3 for the Sunflower State Sunnies, number 5, Layla Benz, number 22, Amelia Zalesio, and number 25, Lilja Lidstrom. The wingbacks today for Sunflower State, number 3, Akaya Day, and number 21, Delphina Zalesio. They will be joined in the midfield by a trio of number 4, Natalie Jones, number 7, Laura Torres, and number 18, Alexis Mitchell. And up top for the Sunnies, number 9, Genevieve Hull, and number 10, Tata Teixeira. We will have this contest for you with plenty to play for right after we get the starting 11s and the national anthem. Stick around for some great Sunflower soccer. Number 25, Avery Musa. Number 26, Aspen Patterson. 31, Izzy Ross. Number 50, Ryan Clark. 51, Emery Wolf. And starting for Sunflower State, in goal, number 1, Hannah McFarlane. Number 3, Akaya Day. Number 4, Natalie Jones. Number 5, Lila Benz. Number 7, Laura Torres. Number 9, Genevieve Hull. Number 10, Tata Teixeira. Number 18, Alexis Mitchell. Number 21, Delphina Zalesio. Number 22, Amelia Zalesio. Number 25, Lilja Lidstrom. At this time, we ask you to rise if you are able and face the flag for the playing of our national. And welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's WPSL matchup as we have your Sunflower State FC Sunnies taking on local rivals Union KC, coming to you live from Pembroke Hill School here in Kansas City, Missouri. Both teams coming into this game red hot, as we discussed pregame here, with Sunflower looking to regain that form that saw them win 3 games in a row with 15 goals scored and only 1 conceded, while Union KC come into this one with 4 wins on the bounce. So there's a lot to play for here as Sunflower are looking to continue the impressive run at the end of the season after not getting off to the kind of start that they wanted, and really looking to kind of end the season on a run here with some momentum to boost the squad into next season. And Union KC still has plenty to play for this year as they find themselves just 1 point behind the Kansas City Current 2 and trying to keep pace with them, if not try to wrestle and steal away this Heartland Division Championship. So plenty to play for both sides here as Union KC is on the field in their all-red kits, attacking your screen from right to left. Sunflower in their home yellows will be going left to right. And we will have kickoff for you momentarily here from Pembroke Hill in this WPSL matchup. And we are underway here with Sunflower on the ball. And Hannah McFarland with an early touch for Sunflower. She will go long looking for Natalie Jones. As Union look to break here, ball comes into the middle, almost finds the feet of Izzy Ross, but unable to bring it under control. As now Union KC looks to sustain a little bit of pressure. And Sunflower will pick up the ball here as Delfina Zalesio goes long, looking for the run of Tata Teixeira. Tata gets onto it, has runners up ahead, but great defending there as it falls as far as Akaya Day for Sunflower here, who gets Tata back on the ball. Laura Torres surveys her options and goes back to Layla Benz. Torres skips between a couple of Union KC defenders, and the ball eventually will get to Lidstrom. Sunflower tries to work it out wide, but it's cut out here, and Union KC will look to break here with Ryan Clark on the ball, but her pass will find the feet of Rolf Filson, but unable to carry it on all the way over to O'Keefe, and it'll be a Sunflower throw-in as we have the Sunflower ladies here at Pembroke taking on Union KC. The men are also playing right now over at MNU, taking on Santa Fe Wanderers, another Kansas City club, with that game streaming over on the Santa Fe Sports Engine page. We do have the score for you guys down here in the corner of our broadcast so that you don't miss any Sunflower action. As a good ball here is played up the line, looking for the run of Alexis Mitchell. She has Genevieve Hull in the middle. Mitchell's ball just in front of Genevieve Hull, the UMKC forward. And now Union KC looks to break here as this game has been end to end, but a great tackle there from Lidstrom. Finds the feet of Zalesio. And Delfina will look to get Torres out wide. Torres tries to get past Wilms, who does nice to stand her up. And a physical battle out on the far side will end up with a throw to Sunflower, taken quickly. And Delfina Zalesio will lose out here, and now Union KC try to break forward here. That ball stabbed into the path of Rolf Filson, who's onside. Filson out wide to O'Keefe. And her cross is off the back of Ben's. But a handball will be whistled here by tonight's official for a handball offense against Lila Benz, the K-State defender. As the visitors will have a free kick about 25 yards from goal. 2 in the Sunflower wall. Ball played in, picked up easily by McFarland there. Was a good ball into a dangerous area in the 6-yard box, but just a little bit too far in front of all of the red jerseys trying to crash the box. And Sunflower will restart here with Emilia Zalesio finding Torres. Lidstrom unable to get that. It's picked off here by Union KC, and the ball finds its way out here to Clark. Clark one-on-one and slots it into the bottom left corner. Ryan Clark opens the scoring here for Union KC in the 4th minute. Not the kind of start that you want from a Sunflower perspective here, as we talked about that win streak they were on, only conceding 1 goal over those 3 games, but already 1 goal down here with just 4 minutes to play. And you'll have to see how Sunflower reacts. They have had some good comeback fights so far this season, so we do know there's plenty of grit and fight in this team, as Tata does well to spin around and get the ball out wide here to Natalie Jones. Jones is going to have time to get her head up. Natalie tries to skip past, but a good intervention by Smith for Union KC will put it out for a corner kick. Kayla Smith, who plays over at Missouri State. And Tata will take this for the Sunnies. Sunflower crowds the 6-yard box. Ball's floated in off the hands of the Union KC goalkeeper, but the ball had already crossed the line, and it'll be a goal kick for Union KC coming out. The ball sprayed out to Aspen Patterson. Smith on the ball for Union KC, finds the feet of Clark, the goal scorer. Smith, under some pressure from Hull, does well to get the ball back to Payne. Ball picked up here for Sunflower by Akaya Day, who finds Laura Torres, who tries to combine with Hull, but it'll be a Sunflower throw-in on the far side. Taken quickly, but just unable to connect in the corner was Zalesio and Hull. But a good bit of defensive minded there as the ball slipped through to Tata. Tata in the box, left-footed shot. Did that take a deflection? Tata's claiming it did. The referees agree, and it will be a Sunflower throw-in, but it was a great bit of space there by Tata in between the lines to find, as the throwaway is hoofed out by Union KC, but Lidstrom will put it back into the mixer. And Lil's just a little too aggressive for the referee's liking there, but that was a great opportunity for Sunflower, as that ball from Torres just skipped through 2 lines of the Union KC defense, and they were able to pick up to the feet of Tata, who did well to get a left-footed strike off, but with that deflection, it wasn't able to threaten Payne's goal, but good bit of play there for Sunflower, and a good sign for those of us rooting for a comeback here, as they have shown that they can get some dangerous opportunities. Lidstrom will find Benz. Benz back on the ball. Gets it out to Torres, the MNU wingback. Laura Torres has played all over the pitch for Coach Ramos in her time with Sunflower. That ball's a little bit loose and picked up in the midfield, but well-fought battle there for Zalesio to win that back, and she tries to play in the speed of Hull, but a good bit of defensive play from Nastasia Garrett, the Xavier defender, who showed some pace of her own to get back and intervene. But you see these opportunities in transition for Sunflower, as Union KC are trying to push high up the pitch when they get into possession, and as soon as Sunflower wins the ball back defensively, they're getting their heads up and looking for those penetrating runs to immediately break the lines. As the ball pinballs a little bit around in the midfield here and ends up on the feet of Union KC with Rasmussen. Ball played forward here, looking for the run of Rolifson. And Emery Rolifson, the UMKC Roo, unable to catch up to that ball on the far side. It'll be a throw in for Sunflower. As Layla Benz is on the ball. Finds the feet of Torres, who is looking for options and will play safe to Amelia Zalesio. And Zalesio up, finds the feet of Tata. Tata forward here, looking for the run of Jones, who's onside. Jones with runners aplenty. Chooses to go herself around the outside. Natalie Jones, right-footed cross into the back post. Genevieve Hole there. Goal for Sunflower. They equalize in the 10th minute. Goal! Sunflower State scored by number 9, Genevieve Hole. What a response by Sunflower there, who found themselves down early in this game off of a bit of a defensive lapse, but they immediately come back 5 minutes later with great bit of play as Tata picked up that ball in the midfield, sprayed it out to that long overlapping run from Natalie Jones, which is a staple and a trademark of Coach Ramos's system. And Jones had an opportunity to play the ball early with about 4 Sunflower players running in, but took on the defender herself, got around, and just played a delightful ball in that made it past everyone to the back post, where Genevieve Hole was there to tap it in and level the score here for Sunflower. As Sunflower, under some pressure here, is able to retain possession. Now ball played forward here, looking for the run of Mitchell, but Kayla Smith will always be first to that for Union. And Rasmussen's ball forward here will be picked off by Amelia Zalesio, who plays it off of Ross, and Union KC will come out with possession for now. As Cabin Talk, another Missouri State Bear, is able to keep possession for Union. But Tata dispossesses O'Keefe. Now Sunflower looking to break forward here with the ball. Torres is onside. Laura Torres gets to that first time ball into Genevieve Hole. Holt just unable to get there ahead of the goalkeeper, who shows great courage there. Maggie Payne in goal to throw herself at the feet of the attacker and snuff out that opportunity for Sunflower on the break. But another example there, as Tata won possession, found Zalesio, and Sunflower immediately heads up looking for who's making that decisive run in behind. And they had another golden opportunity there to potentially get another goal. As now a good ball is played in here by Union KC, but Hannah McFarland will be quick to that for Sunflower and restarts quickly here. Akaya Day on the ball under some pressure, but Day does well to find the feet of Zalesio. Amelia goes past one, finds the feet of Mitchell, and now Delphina picks it up. Delphina Zalesio, ball over the top here for Natalie Jones, who is onside. Tata was off, left it for Jones. Jones cuts into the left this time, finds Genevieve Hole. Hole's right-footed shot, not able to beat Payne in goal this time, as Jones and Hole tried to combine for the second time this game. But it's been all Sunflower action here in the last 7 or 8 minutes, as they are really trying to show that that early goal was a fluke and that they are going to be the team on the forefront here today, as Jones and Lidstrom combine to dispossess O'Keefe. Here's Lidstrom on the ball. Lilja, who plays at MNU for Coach Ramos. Benz fires one into the feet of Tata, who does well to control under some pressure. And now Sunflower will try to attack down this right-hand side. The Zalesios combine and find Natalie Jones. Jones tries to go through the wickets, but will be out for a throw-in. Taken quickly here, still finds Zalesio, whose touch just lets her down. Amelia Zalesio does well to step in front of O'Keefe, who has switched sides with Rolifson and is now over here on this left-hand side. As Clark does well there to find O'Keefe. O'Keefe tries to spray that out wide to Rolifson, but Sunflower will be able to pick that up. Now here's Zalesio on the ball, the UMKC defender. Finds Layla Benz, who tries to go long looking for a run from Laura Torres, and Sunflower will earn a throw in further up the pitch, give them a chance to get bodies forward. Delfina on the ball. Delfina Zalesio will get it out to Natalie Jones on this right-hand side. Good defensive play by O'Keefe there. Now a ball played through, looking for the run of O'Keefe. It ricochets off of the attacker, and a bit of panic in a moment for Sunflower, as that ball could have gone anywhere, and hopefully only resulting in a corner kick here, as now Union KC will get a chance to bring their players up here for a set piece. Right-footed in-swinger. Ball played into the back post. Headed back into the mix, but the wrong side of the post from a Union KC perspective, as the visitors will make a platoon change. As it is a muggy Kansas City summer day here, about 85 with plenty of humidity, so definitely an opportunity for both sides to use their benches. As Zalesio on the ball. Combines with Jones, and eventually ball will make its way back to Hannah McFarland and the Sunflower goal. As well played for there by Zalesio is going to be cut out, but it'll roll harmlessly back to the Sunflower goal. The Sunflower is looking to try and break down this first line of defense. Is a great ball between that first line there from one Zalesio to the other. Good turn by Delfina there. Under pressure from two, goes through the legs and gets taken down, and will earn a free kick. It was Caroline Carter, the Hawaii defensive midfielder, who was guilty of the foul. Caroline Carter, who started at Missouri State and made the decision to transfer out to Hawaii. A tough decision, I'm sure, as Genevieve Hull tries to combine with Mitchell. And now Union KC has a chance to break here with the ball played forward, looking for the run of Sophia Muir, the Kansas Jayhawk, but intercepted by Akaya Day for Sunflower. And now they'll have a chance to build up from the back here. But you can see Union KC sitting back off with their front three and daring Sunflower to try and break through that line. Happy to let the defenders have the ball. And Sunflower a little bit out of ideas on how to break that right now, as these kind of long, hopeful balls are just going right to Union KC bodies. But an opportunity here to be quicker after a defensive turnover. Genevieve Hull does well to spray that out wide to Torres, who tries to play in Tata, but it's the wrong side of the defender, and now Union KC has a chance to break forward here. Vogelberger making the run forward here. Vogelbacher gets onto it, able to get around one, plays the ball into the back post, but only able to go into the side netting. There is the attempt from Kyra Berman, the University of Illinois Illini attacker. But a dangerous moment there for Sunflower, as Laura Torres had made that run up forward, and when her pass was intercepted for Tata, she was caught a little bit further up the pitch than probably would have liked, and there was plenty of space for Union to attack on that side. As they pick up the ball here in the midfield now with Carter. Her attempted pass forward will go off Natalie Jones for a Union KC throw. Good bit of play there from Amelia Zalesio. Finds Delfina. Delfina, powerful run through the midfield. Sprays it out wide for Tata, who will try to keep this in. Tata gets on that and is able to find Torres now. Torres in the box. Cuts it back to a dangerous area, but just a little too far in front of the onrushing Zalesio. But Sunflower immediately picked the ball back up here with Benz, who finds Day. Nakaya Day, under some pressure, will get it back to Amelia Zalesio to restart for Sunflower as they regain their shape. And you can see this almost front five at times from Sunflower, trying to put pressure on this defenders. And now a good bit of space here for Natalie Jones again, who's having free run down this right side. Ball played in towards the back post, headed out, but Jones will head it back into the mixer. Zalesio picks it up. Just can't quite get past the outstretched leg of a Union KC attacker to be able to get a shot off. But Natalie Jones is having a great run of freedom on this right-hand side, as we were just talking about that almost flat five attacking line, as Sunflower will make a sub here with Laura Torres being replaced by number 17, Luna Etienne. But with that back five pushing up and putting pressure on the Union KC defenders, the midfielders aren't wanting to drop that deep to pick up those wingbacks, and you're seeing both Torres earlier and Natalie Jones now on the right-hand side both being able to get in behind and create dangers and potential goal-scoring situations for Sunflower. And now we'll see if Etienne coming in over on that left wing-back position can do the same thing here, as Zalesio tries to spray it out wide, but it's intercepted here. Benz and Mir battling for that ball in the air, and Amelia Zalesio will try to shield it out, but will ultimately come away with it here in bounds for Sunflower and slow things down. And Zalesio finds Akaya Day, whose ball back towards Benz is just a little too strong for the K-Stater. Good bit of play there by Ava Patterson under pressure, and her ball through, trying to find a on-rushing Union attacker, will be gobbled up by McFarlane in goal. Now you see Tata has dropped in a bit deeper to try and help build up out of this bit deeper block from Union KC, who are trying to invite Sunflower to carry that ball forward and then pounce on a defensive interception. But so far, Sunflower has done a nice job of being patient and waiting for someone to check too, and if they're going to play a risky ball, it's in the air to make sure that it's not going to be an immediate counter. Zalesio on the ball here. Another nutmeg for Delfina. Can't keep the ball this time. Genevieve Hull puts some pressure on the back line, who will eventually find the feet of Vogelbacher. Now a ball stabbed forward here, but well offside is Brooklyn Marn, the Ole Miss Rebel. It'll be Benz to take this for Sunflower, who finds the feet of Zalesio. D'Amelia carries forward here. Now ball looking for Etienne, who hasn't gotten into the action quite since coming on. And Sunflower will retain possession. As ball's not quite dealt with by either Smith for Union KC or Zalesio for Sunflower, and ultimately it'll careen out for a throw-in. A far side right in front of the Sunflower bench. Very animated Sunflower bench the last few minutes here, as you can sense some frustration on how they're trying to play out of the back here, as Union KC are sitting off and letting the defenders be the ones to try and play that ball instead of the midfielders who have carved them apart in the early part of the game. And Sunflower hasn't had the solution yet. As Day, under some pressure, finds Lidstrom. Lidstrom, great ball out wide, finds Etienne. The two MNU Pioneers combine. Etienne, step over, finds the feet of Tata. Tata to Lidstrom. And Lilja finds Akaya Day. Day with some space, finds in the feet of Alexis Mitchell. Mitchell past one, tries to lay it off to Zalesio. Now left-footed shot deflected, but into the waiting arms of Maggie Payne. That ball could have gone just about anywhere. And unfortunately, with our yellow-tinted glasses, it's right into the waiting arms of the Regis University goalkeeper. That ball's played over the top, looking for another run in behind, but it'll be too far and picked up, as the men's game over at MNU has finally kicked off here, as they are taking on Santa Fe. But now an opportunity here for Vogelbacher, but a great sliding challenge by Zalesio, and now a whistle well after the play. What looked like an incredibly clean tackle from the young UMKC defender, who went to ground and got all ball, as you saw the ball rocket away from the tackle. And a late whistle will now give a dangerous free kick opportunity here for Union KC in the central part of the field, just outside of the top of the box. It looks like this will be Kyra Berman, the Illinois attacker, set to take this for Union KC. 5 sunnies in the wall for McFarland, who sets up centrally in goal. And here's Berman. Ball low, takes a deflection off the wall and goes just outside the right-hand post of the Sunflower goal. But another dangerous opportunity off a deflection, this time for Union KC, as Sunflower just had a fortuitous deflection. And it'll be a corner for the visitors on the near-hand side. Sunflower sets up with one on each post. Ball's floated to the back post. Heads go up. It's won by Union KC, but can't direct that goalwards or onto another head in the danger area. But a good bit of leaping there by Sophia Meir, who plays just down at the University of Kansas. Now Zalesio imploring her teammates to make a run to give her an option, and Sunflower will be forced to go long, and Hull will do well to pick it up here. And Jenna, Cruyff's back, looks for the run of Tata, but a good defensive cover. But Sunflower immediately back on the ball. Here's Day. Zalesio will find Benz. Ben's looking for Etienne, but not enough loft on that. But Sunflower pick it up here with Zalesio in the midfield. Neither team really able to establish possession right here as the ball just kind of exchanging possession in the midfield. Now, attempted stab ball there will be cut out for Sunflower, who have a chance to get forward now. And that ball will make its way out wide. It's cut out nicely by Genevieve Hull. Now Sunflower with a chance to attack here with Etienne out wide. Etienne loses it momentarily, but back onto the ball is Luna Etienne. And now just can't take that with her. Thought she might have been impeded, but the referee says play on. And now Union KC try to break forward here with Sophia Mir, who's being pulled back, and that will be a yellow card to Alexis Mitchell for Sunflower. As Mitchell picking up a pretty standard yellow card there for impeding the counterattack there, a tactical foul, and Sunflower thought they were a little too vulnerable on the break there as they had started to pile some numbers forward, and instead of taking any chances with a breakaway, just take the yellow card. The ball's floated in by Berman. Finds the chest of Mir. Now a shot comes in, but right into the arms of Hannah McFarlane. And one of the easier saves the University of Missouri St. Louis goaltender has had to make this evening. As the Zalesios combine here for another line-breaking pass. Now Delfino looking for options. Looks like she got caught in between two minds about passing that or taking on her defender, but Sunflower will keep possession here, and it'll find Lidstrom in the middle. Mitchell on the ball. Gets it out wide to Luna Etienne. Etienne step over, gets it out wide, left foot. Good sliding intervention by number 29, Ava Patterson, one of a few K-State Wildcats on Union KC. Now be an opportunity for a set piece from the far side here as Etienne directs her teammates. Etienne ball flow to the back post. Heads go up. Benz wins the free header, but can't keep that under the post. As that was a great opportunity for Lila Benz. Another one of those K-State Wildcats we mentioned who had a free header just inside the 6-yard box, but couldn't get on top of that one and headed it just over the crossbar. And Sunflower had a golden opportunity there to take the lead back about 2/3 of the way through this first half. And now Sunflower will make their first changes of the game as a few new faces come in, including Maddie Lallman, number 12 up top. And number 25, or number 15, rather, I apologize, Gracie Fitzgerald at the back for Sunflower, the Center College defender, as Tata picks it up in a sea of red, but does well to find Lidstrom, who finds Jones. Day turns in and finds Tata. Tata's ball out will reach to Etienne, who looks to combine with Arnaud, who's recently on, and Hamina Arnaud's ball forward for Etienne with just a little bit too much pace, but immediately into the action is Arnaud, who will pick up over on that left midfield position. Also into the game for Sunflower, number 24, Momoka Kinoshita, the Indian Hills Community College defender who has been a stalwart at the back for the Sunnies this season. And here is Kinoshita with pressure out wide. Kinoshita does well to force them to the byline, and the cross in will be turned out by Lilja Lidstrom for another Union KC corner kick, this time from the far side. And that'll be Brooklyn Marn, the Ole Miss Rebel, who will go out to take it for Union KC. Marn's ball in. Punched out by McFarland. And over the heads of everyone will find the feet of Hamina Arnaud, who tries to come forward here for Sunflower. Looks to cut inside. Arnaud can't find the feet of Lallman, and now Union KC with a chance to break here. First ball in cross is deflected again by Kinoshita, but that time off the hands, although seemed to be in a rather natural position covering her face. But it'll be another free kick in a dangerous position for Union KC, their second such awarded free kick of the first half here. We'll see if they can do a little bit more with this one. The first one, a deflected effort off the wall that went just wide of the goal. This one more from a crossing angle for Union KC. Ball played in on the ground, trying to find the feet of Mir, who's bounced off of a tackle from Arnaud, but Union KC keeps possession. Left-footed ball played into the arms of McFarland. A bit of catching practice for the Sunflower State goaltender. And here's Fitzgerald on the ball. Gracie goes back to McFarland. Ball forward, looking for Etienne, who does well to get something on that and allows Sunflower to win the free kick. And hopefully Etienne is... All right, there she took a little bit of a knock after. Nothing in it from the Union KC, just a collision there, but she looks like she's okay to carry on here with the throw-in as Union KC will make another platoon change. And this is Kinoshita on the ball for Sunflower. Finds the feet of Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald driven ball looking for Mitchell, but not enough mustard on that. But Sunflower will temporarily pick up possession here as Natalie Jones is able to stab that out before Union KC can look to counter. Now Clark with a throw-in, the goal scorer for Union KC. Well, falls to the feet of Relifson, who goes all the way out wide looking for Maggie O'Keefe, who is onside. Ball played forward there, cut out by Fitzgerald, but it finds the feet of Aniston Cabantac, who had a snapshot opportunity at the goal, but not challenging McFarland in goal with that effort. As we tick over into the 39th minute here at Pembroke, still knotted 1-1. As Union KC opened the scoring early in the 4th minute, Sunflower leveled in the 10th minute with a Genevieve Hull goal off of a Natalie Jones assist. Both teams have had a couple of dangerous opportunities to put themselves ahead after that, but as of now, we remain level as Etienne tries to weave her way in between a few defenders, and now Hamina Arnaud on the ball for Sunflower. Good reverse pass there to Tata, who goes through the legs. Tata looking to go past another, but a good defensive step there, and now Sunflower returns the favor, and Hamina Arnaud will win a free kick for Sunflower as she gets stamped on there. And Sunflower will make a change at the next opportunity. It looks like Brecklin Harmon, the Mid-America Nazarene forward, will come on for her first action of the game after this Tata free kick. Quite some ways out. We'll see if Tata elects to cross or shoot. Tata goes for goal, but it's off the wrong crossbar. So it will be a goal kick for the visitors, as now Harmon will get a chance to come on for Tata, the Sunflower captain. Will get her rest here about 5 minutes before halftime. Here's Ryan Clark on the ball, the goal scorer for Union KC. Gets past one tackle, past two, and finds the feet of Rasmussen, who combines well. Now here's Ross. Her ball in for Emery Wilfilson is a little too strong, and Sunflower will pick that up, but that was a good bit of interplay by Union KC, who were able to work their way right through the heart of that midfield and defensive Sunflower. Something to keep an eye on from a Sunflower perspective there, as they would like to put up much more resistance in those kind of moves. Kinoshita goes forward here, finds the feet of Lallman. And now Fitzgerald will go back to McFarlane. Here's Fitzgerald into Akaya Day, who looks to play forward there, but it was a good defending by, I think that was Ross for Union KC. And then eventually, free kick won by Avery Rasmussen. Arnaud puts pressure on Patterson, who does well. Now, hopeful ball played in early, and Fitzgerald will turn that out. As far as O'Keefe with a couple of Sunflower defenders will just play that off of Kinoshita for a throw-in deep in the corner there for Union KC. And ball stabbed in there, turned back out by Kinoshita there, who has been at the heart of everything since coming on. And now Lidstrom plays that away. And this ball combined out here finds the feet of Clark. Clark outside of the foot tries to go with the Trevela to find O'Keefe, but it's picked up by McFarlane. But her attempted ball out there is almost intercepted, but Fitzgerald does well to win that one, and Sunflower will win a throw-in. Nervy moment there for Sunflower. I do believe the Sunflower men have gone up 1-0 on Santa Fe over at MNU in about 18 minutes played here, if they update the scoreboard on the stream. So O'Keefe in a Sunflower sandwich there. Ross does well under some pressure. Finds Patterson, who goes out wide here. Opportunity here for Union KC, but Lidstrom is there in the corner, and now Kabentak tries to get around Kinoshita, who, again, has been everywhere since coming on for Sunflower, and wins the ball back again for her side. As now we do have confirmation from the Santa Fe stream that it is 1-0 Sunflower. Here's Clark. Chips that into O'Keefe, who turns and rips a right-footed shot from about 25 yards out that managed to find the small gap between the crossbar and the field goal post. But great bit of ingenuity there for the Union KC forward, who picked up that ball on her right shoulder and just immediately turned back in, got the ball out from underneath her feet, and was able to get off a right-footed shot that almost challenged McFarland in goal. As that'll be helped on by Harmon, but only as far as the gazebo. As we cross in here to the last minute, word from the referee is we'll have about 1 added minute. So that ball's played forward there, cut out by Lidstrom, who rifles one in, and it's brought down well by Alexis Mitchell, the Allberg United midfielder. And now a melee will result in a free kick for Sunflower. Union KC come out wide here to Clark, who is dropped much further back here and is almost occupying a outsider wingback position, as she was a winger earlier in the game when she scored that goal. Now Sunflower looked to combine, but Harmon and Lallman not quite on the same page. Now Union try to go quickly here as time is waning in the first half, but that ball bombed forward will be picked up by Fitzgerald, who plays safely back to her goalkeeper. McFarland finds Natalie Jones, and Lidstrom, who takes a knock after that one's gone away. Bit of a painful one in the shin there for the Swedish defender. As the referee blows for halftime here, all nodded at ones. Halftime here. Sunflower State. We will be back to you guys here on the other side of this break as we see if either of these squads who came in on runs of their own are able to keep their momentum going and come out with all 3 points. So stick around here on the other side of this break. We'll have more Sunflower action. And as always, up the Sunnies. And welcome back in, everyone, for the second half here of this WPSL matchup between the visiting Union KC and your Sunflower State FC Sunnies. We are all knotted up here at 1 apiece after the visitors got us started on the score sheet in the 4th minute with a goal from number 50, Ryan Clark, the UCM attacker. And then Sunflower found an equalizer shortly thereafter in the 10th minute as Natalie Jones's cross across the box found Genevieve Hull at the back post to level the game for the Sunnies. It was a contentious half after that with plenty of opportunities for both sides to find themselves in the lead here, but as we stand here, it is knotted at 1 apiece with all to play for here at Pembroke for this second half action. We are underway here with Sunflower looking to hunt down the ball early here, picked up on the far side and fired into the feet of Lallman, who tries to get forward to Hull. Genevieve does well to pick up the ball in some pressure, and Zalesio is muscled off by Caroline Carter, but her pass is intercepted. It's a helter-skelter start to the second half here as Laura Torres gets on the ball for Sunflower. Torres passed the outstretched leg of Carter, but her ball's not going to reach Natalie Jones all the way out on that far side. A bit of a mishit there by the goalkeeper will fortuitously bounce to Nolan there, and Maddie Nolan tries to play that forward, and Akaya Day is locked in a battle there with Kyra Berman, but it'll just be a foul, no booking for the MNU defender. Kaya Day, a mainstay on this Sunflower State squad over the past few seasons in WPSL. Ball played out wide. A couple of red shirts there, but it'll be Sunflower who comes away with that. Lallman looks to find the feet of Zalesio, whose first time ball here now with Jenna Hull. Jenna Hull has an opportunity to run at the defense here against Nasaja Garrett. Genevieve Hull, left-footed strike just over the bar from distance, as Jenna Hull has scored already this season quite a few goals like that from distance with that left foot, and just a couple of inches away from adding to her highlight reel this season there. But you see, again, just like we saw in the first half, how quickly Sunflower wants to break. As soon as they get a defensive interception, the heads all go up, everyone in front is making decisive runs, and that's going to be more than likely where Sunflower finds a second goal in this game if they are to get one to put themselves ahead. As Nolan does well there to work her way between two Sunflower players. Now, Cabin Tack combining. And Lallman will put some pressure out there for Sunflower. And that'll be a free kick there as the outstretched arm of Natalie Jones just got in the way of that intended clearance. Now ball played into the back post. They're looking for the leap of Vogelbacher, but it'll be turned out for a relatively harmless throw. Noland takes that in, and now the ball looks for Vogelbacher, but a couple of Sunnies intervene only as far as Mir. And Sophia Mir gets the ball out wide here to Patterson. As a Jayhawk to Wildcat connection you don't see too often. But Lallman comes away with it from Sunflower, and that ball played through here for Natalie Jones, who is onside. Jones has Hull in the middle. Can they combine again? First time ball attempted in there, but it's intercepted nicely by Nastasia Garrett, the Xavier defender, who does brilliantly there, because without an intervention, that ball was going to find the feet of Jenna Hull, who was going to have an opportunity to make that the second Jones to Hull connection for Sunflower today. It's now Akaya Day tries to squeeze that into Alexis Mitchell, but Sunflower will be first to the second ball and regain possession here. But they turn it over. And now Union have a chance to run here with numbers as Benz and Tata try to work their way back for Sunflower. Around the outside goes Brooklyn Marne, but a great bit of defensive play by Benz and Zalesio, who get back and combine to force Union KC all the way back. They had a time there, a 2-on-0 breakaway, and weren't even able to get an attempted shot at the goal off. So great bit of recovery from Sunflower, who now has a chance to break forward with numbers themselves. Lara's ball there will eventually find its way back to her feet. She has some numbers in front, plays it forward there, looking for hole. Jenna gets that in the corner, keeps possession for Sunflower, has options. Torres, right-footed ball to the back post, headed on. Zalesio just unable to get her head over the top of that ball, as the young UMKC Rue had an opportunity there to head Sunflower ahead in this one, but too much loft. And now Union KC will try to break down this outside, as all the action is coming from the outside and wing backs for both of these teams, with Natalie Jones and Lara Torres finding freedom for Sunflower, but you also have seen plenty of opportunities on the channels for Union KC to get up the sidelines, and a bit of a frenetic back and forth pace here to start this second half, which as a neutral would be what you tuned in to see. As a Sunflower broadcast, definitely would like to see them get a little bit more control, as Torres is caught on the heel there and loses her balance for a free kick. Now, Layla Benz will take the free kick for Sunflower and just finds the feet of Zalesio. And Amelia and Delfina will combine here, but Akaya Day's pass is intercepted, and now a chance to break forward here as that ball's going to find its way all the way through on the far side, but a great sliding tackle there by Zalesio. It's kept in by Union KC. Work to the byline, fired in, outside of the foot shot there, spilled by McFarland temporarily, but great bit of recovery there from Hannah McFarland to get down and collect her own rebound there, as the attempted outside of the foot shot by Kyra Berman was palmed away. Now Tata with time in the midfield. Tries to get around Mir, but unable to. And now Union look to break here with Vogelbacher. Vogelbacher and Benz on the far side, and a great bit of play there by Layla Benz to get a foot in and keep that cross from reaching a dangerous area. And it'll be a corner kick for Union KC out on this near-hand side. And that'll be Aniston Cabantack, the Missouri State Bear, who will trot out to take this for the visitors. Cabantack floats it into the middle. Spilled momentarily, but nothing too dangerous for Sunflower, and they will be able to restart as Benz is on the ball. Goes back to her goalkeeper. That ball's fired in, looking for Hull. Hull does well to stand up under the challenge and keep possession now. And now Zalesio back to Hull, who's onside. Hull tries a reverse pass here to Lallman, who was trying to hold her run, but she'll still get to that, and her left-footed shot just lacked the intensity to really challenge Union KC goalkeeper, Maggie Payne. Now Union KC will look to go long themselves, but Akaya Day wins the header. Another ball stabbed forward here, and Zalesio will do well to direct that out to Jones, and now Sunflower will get a chance to keep the ball. And now they go here, but Maddie Lallman was offside at the time of that strike. Now chance here, but that ball's going to be too far for Brooklyn Marne to catch up to. And this is Zalesio on the ball for Sunflower. Finds Day in some space. Benz will work it out wide to Lara Torres. Now Lara charging up this outline side, and good defensive tracking back by Vogelbach will actually win a throw-in for her side, as that came last off of the Mid-American Nazarene wingback, Lara Torres for Sunflower. Throwing Fizz in there to the feet of Berman, who does well. The ball will be out with Mir. Sophia Mir, good attempted ball there. Tries to split that defensive line of Zalesio and Jones, but Amelia Zalesio was able to read that one all the way and dispel it for a throw-in. Now ball clipped in here, but Torres will be first to that, and her ball will actually find the feet of Jenna Hull, who can turn here and has Lallman in front of her. Jenna Hull now will try the early ball to find Lallman, who's always a willing runner, but it's cut out nicely by number 19 for Union KC, Nastasia Garrett. It is halftime over at MNU for the Sunflower men, who are trailing 2-1 at the break to Santa Fe Wanderers, but plenty of time for the Sunnies to claw their way back in that one, as the Sunflower ladies here look for a winner as we enter the 57th minute. And Zalesio will get it forward to Day. Akaya Day, ball over the top here, looking for the run of Jenna Holt, who from this angle sure looked to be on the correct side of Kayla Smith, the far side defender, but the flag does go up for Sunflower, and it'll be a free kick for Union KC. And it was Jenna Holt just got on the other side of the shoulder of Garrett, the defender for Union KC, and now ball stabbed forward here, but that'll go into the waiting arms of McFarland. But you saw Jenna Holt on that one get around the outside of Garrett, and she was on the goal side of her, but Kayla Smith, number 7 on the far side, 17 rather, on the far side, looked to maybe have been playing her onside, but nothing to do for Sunflower, as they'll come forward here in possession and look for another chance to create an opportunity to score, as that ball's accidentally played further ahead by Union KC, but it stays in, fortunately, for Smith, who's able to play that back to Payne and goal. And now Union KC look to break forward here, but that's going to be the flag up for offside. Yes. It's a little bit of a head start there. Here's Alessio driving at the Union KC defense, but her ball goes into Berman, and now Union KC look to break here with Berman on the ball. Goes out wide to Vogelbacher. Vogelbacher one-on-one with Alessio. Great kick save by McFarland at that near post, as a little bit of a driven shot cross comes into the box, and McFarland, quick reactions, just throws a leg at it and is able to knock it out for a corner kick. It'll be Brooklyn Marn who comes out to take this. Ball floated into the penalty spot. Heads go up. It's won initially by Day and cleared out the second ball by Alexis Mitchell for Sunflower. But now Union KC looks to come right back on the attack. Shot is blocked there by Zalesio, and then the other Zalesio will win possession back for Sunflower here. Great play by Delfina. Now she has runners forward, plays that looking for Jenna Hull, but needed a little bit more pace to get around the covering Ava Patterson. Now Zalesio combines with Torres. Here's Delfino running at the defense. Goes out wide here looking for Hole, who's not going to be able to keep that one in, as Jenna Hole does have pace to her, but a little bit too much on that ball from Delfina Zalesio, who was trying to get the Sunflower forward into an attacking position out wide. It will be a throw-in for Union KC deep in their own defensive third. Sunflower immediately win the ball back here as that ball's lofted in looking for Alexis Mitchell, who's battling with Carbonak. And eventually, Kayla Smith is able to poke it out for a throw-in. But Sunflower keeping the pressure on in their attacking third. Now here's Tata on the ball. Back heels it to Jones. Natalie Jones is ball in looking for Jenna Hole. Will run all the way through to Torres, who survives the contact. Great turn back here from Torres, who gets in. Left-footed cross-ins, finds the feet of Maddie Lallman, whose left-footed effort is over the field goal post. And a few months from now, that'd be 3 points, but today it'll be a goal kick. And KC Union will make their first wholesale change of the half, as that has been their sub strategy today, just doing full waves to keep players together. Sunflower has opted for a more traditional approach with a few subs coming on at a time, as you are afforded the luxury of more subs here in the WPSL. So both coaches using their bench to make sure that even in the heat and humidity here in Kansas City, they can keep the game fresh. Good play on the outside there by Izzy Ross to keep that in. Zalesio thought she was able to get that off, but it had gone over the line for a throw-in. It's a handball for Izzy Ross. Now Sunflower will go quickly here with Zalesio on the ball. Ball forward for Jenna Hole, who keeps it nicely in a sea of red jerseys, and it'll find the feet of Alexis Mitchell. Now Akaya Day gets it out to Torres, who looks like her feet went a little bit quicker than her mind there, and they ended up bouncing off of both feet. But Union KC tried to break forward here, and that ball's going to be too far out in front, and will allow Sunflower to collect and look to immediately restart here, with Day finding Zalesio. A little bit of a hopeful ball there for Natalie Jones to run onto, but she was a good 30 yards behind that one, so we'll happily let the goalkeeper collect that. And the goalkeeper's ball out there is intercepted by Mitchell, whose header will find Zalesio. Delfina looking for options. Tries to cut that inside to Tata, but it'll be hoofed forward by Union KC, and Benz's touch will just be a little bit too strong for what she was trying to do, but Sunflower does well to immediately win that second ball back, and you're seeing the defensive intensity from Sunflower here in the second half. Anytime possession is turned over, they are immediately hunting that ball back, and they have been first to every second ball. They've been first to the duels, which is what you'd want to see if you're Coach Ramos. Is now a ball played forward here, looking for the run of O'Keefe. McFarland's out of her goal to challenge, but can't get it, but does just enough to put off the on-rushing attacker and allow the covering Benz to put it out for a throw-in. The ball's played up by McFarland, looking for Maddie Lallman, who will give chase. Lallman will get onto this one, but a outstretched leg from number 15 on Union KC. Smith comes forward. Now Day in a battle out on that sideline, and Benz does well to recover defensively again. And a second intervention there from Layla Benz as she takes a knock there. Hopefully she's okay. Sunflower asking for a stoppage there. Now Benz will make her way off the pitch. You'd like to see that she's able to jog off, although in some pain, and be Momoka Kinoshita who comes on in her stead. Laura Torres does well to hit that out for Sunflower, and now Alexis Mitchell wriggles through a couple of Union KC defenders to find Torres. Kinoshita on the ball as she's come on for the injured Benz. But that's intercepted, and good tackle there from Torres as another dual one from Sunflower, and now a late tackle there on Zalesio, and that's going to be a booking, surely, for Ross. Izzy Ross, the Ball State attacker, finds herself in the book there as she stuck a leg out late there and caught Zalesio, but fortunately, Delfino looks to be okay. Kinoshita's ball forward there. Attempted head on by Mitchell. And now the ball will eventually ricochet off of a couple of players, and Sunflower will get the throw. Now McFarlane on the ball. Hannah has a few Sunnies up ahead there, but good bit of defensive intervention. And now ball stab forward here, looking for the run of Rasmussen, but Rasmussen had just gone a fraction too early, and the flag will be up for offside. Here's Lara Torres, but the pitch is about a foot too narrow. And the attempted ball played forward there by Chloe Wilms will go out for a goal kick. Wilms, the Grand Valley State defender. Here's McFarlane under some light pressure. It gets it to Kinoshita, who finds Torres. A little bit of a heavy touch, but quick feet from Lara Torres to get past one. And she tries to find Lallman in the midfield. As now Akaya Day takes a knock on that header, but she looks like she's up and okay. And that ball will be off the back foot of Ryan Clark and out for a goal kick. But you saw the bombing run forward there on that far side, and an opportunity for that ball. They've tried a few times just to try and split in between Jones and Zalesio out on that right-hand side. Now Lallman takes that down, but will lose out. Now Wilms on the ball. Wilms keeps possession, as that's played up towards. It feels like now to be a foot race there for Ross and Day, but both realize they're not going to win against the ball. And it'll be another goal kick here for Sunflower, but a little bit of pressure here applied from Union KC, a little bit of sustained pressure in these last few minutes, as they have definitely been on the forefront. And Sunflower will just look to wrestle a little bit of control back in this one, as we are still all tied up here, one apiece. And that ball will file to Zalesio here, who has a chance to get in behind. Delfina Zalesio with Smith tracking back. Zalesio holds off the first tackle. Right-footed shot goes off of Kayla Smith, the Missouri State defender, who did well to track back there and block that out for a throw-in, as opposed to letting Zalesio get a clean shot on Maggie Payne in goal. Now Tata on the ball. Tata back to Jones, who stabs it forward in the box there. It's headed back across as far as Torres, who does well to get onto that one. And Lara will eventually see that roll off of Chloe Wilms for another Sunflower corner. They're first from this side in the second half. And Tata will come over to take the right-footed in-swinger. As Laura Torres checks short. But Tata will take that option. Torres and Tata with the overload here. Tata in the box. Right-footed strike. Almost able to get in front of that was the on-rushing Zalesio. And that was Delfina Zalesio, who had made a great run there to try and get at that driven ball in. And if she had been able to get there just a fraction of a second earlier and get in front of the goalkeeper to either redirect that ball or to try and take the contact and earn a penalty, that was a very dangerous opportunity for Sunflower. And now they'll look to break forward here again with Zalesio as she loops that over the top looking for Tata, but the glance off of the head of Wilms just took enough pace off of that for Union KC to come across and cover, as Union KC will make one sub this time with Caroline Carter heading to the side. She'll be replaced by Aniston Cabintack. Here is Cabintack. Her first touch since coming back on the pitch. A little loose. And Laura Torres picks up the ball here. Now Zalesio charging through that midfield again. Taken down. The referee seemingly does not see the tackle, and we will keep playing here as now Union KC with a chance to come forward here. O'Keefe on the far side, who strayed offside. And a little bit of cosmic karmic justice as what looked to be a clear foul on Zalesio at midfield was left unadjudicated, and a chance for Union KC to break forward, but fortunately for Sunflower, they kept that defensive line intact and were able to hold long enough for O'Keefe to stray offside. And McFarland under some pressure does well to get that out wide to Torres, who keeps it in. Now Torres loses out to Wilms here. Wilms into O'Keefe here. First time cross is blocked by Kinoshita, but that will go out for a corner kick for Union KC on this near side corner. The Sunflower has a couple of subs that will wait until after this defensive set piece to enter the game. And it'll be O'Keefe who takes this out swinger for Union KC. Ball floated into the back post. It's headed into the mixer, and Tata, probably the shortest player on the pitch, does well to get in there first and clear the danger temporarily for Sunflower as it's headed around here. Now Tata will find the feet of Laura Torres, who just mishits that as she tries to play in hole. But Tata does well to pick it up. Now Tata is taken down from behind by Cabintack, and Sunflower will go quickly here. Natalie Jones out on the far side, gets it into Mitchell. Back out to Jones. Jones in a foot race with Kayla Smith. And that ball will careen off of Natalie Jones for a goal kick for Union KC. And now the Sunnies will make these changes. And Natalie Jones, who just bombed forward, will be able to go grab a rest as she comes off along with Maddie Lallman. And with Lallman coming off, Tata will retake her position in the forward line alongside Genevieve Hull. And that was Luna Etienne and Lilja Lidstrom that came on for Sunflower, number 17 and number 25, slotting right into that defensive line. And here is Lilja Lidstrom, who collects that for Sunflower back to McFarland. He does well to find the feet of Torres. Lara into Akaya Day, who will find Luna Etienne, who is just back on the pitch here. Luna step over, cuts inside, but unable to keep that. And now a chance for Union to break here as O'Keefe has some space out on this right-hand side, but for now it'll go to Kabanak. Kabanak goes all the way out wide looking for the run, but a loose touch from Etienne almost falls to Rolfelson. And now Tata challenging further up the pitch for Sunflower, but good play by Kayla Smith to win that back for Union KC. Now Wilms plays an early ball in here. Zalesio does well to get a foot up and clear that away without reaching potential reckless play territory. And now Amelia almost finds the feet of Delfina, who wins the ball back here. Now, ball played in here by Hull for the run of Tata. Tata in a 2v1 with Kayla Smith, who is rapid and is able to get back there to break up that counterattack. And what a weapon that has been for Union KC on that left-hand side of defense, as Sunflower has gotten in behind a few times, but the pace of Smith has been able to track back and save Union KC on a few different occasions. And Sunflower keeping up this sustained pressure here as Torres on the ball again. Goes outside of the boot looking, but her ball will fall here in the box now for Zalesio, who's wrestling with Kyra Berman. But neither of them will get on the ball as Payne does come out well to collect that. And now Union KC try to answer straight back on the counterattack as they're no fear of playing end-to-end basketball as soccer here, as we have about 15 minutes left in this one, give or take, for both teams to try and find a winner. Union KC 1 point behind KC Current 2. This draw would, at least temporarily, put them level with the Current, who would have a game in hand, as they try to potentially come back and win this division. Sunflower looking to just continue their much better run of form in the second half after they did not get off to the start of the season that the club or anyone would have wanted. But when that happens, the thing that you want to see more than anything is what the team is made of, the grit, resolve. Can they come back and overcome obstacles? Can they show resilience, and can they show improvement? And that's exactly what Sunflower has done in the latter half of this season, as they managed to reel off those 3 huge victories in a row, a 4-0 and a 4-1 win over FC Wichita, and then a 7-0 victory over Side FC, to show that they were serious players here in this Heartland Conference, even if they didn't get that start. And now you see them here knotted 1-1 deep in this one with the Union, who are one of the cream of the crop teams this season. As that ball just under the foot of Zalesio, but Jenna Hull does well to come back and win that one, and has a chance for advantage as she skipped in between both of those players, but it'll be a free kick for Sunflower. That ball's chipped in by Zalesio and just unable to find her sister, who tried the roundabout outside of the boot finish a la Ibrahimovic, but unable to get any contact on it there. Now Torres does well to break that up, and Kinoshita comes through. And Akaya Day pops it up looking for Tata. Tata wins the header, but can't get around Garrett. And Kinoshita will collect for Sunflower and play back to her goalkeeper. Now here's Zalesio. Zalesio tries to turn, but turned into the defensive pressure there. But we'll still win a free or a throw in for her side here, as Sunflower will make a change. It'll be Alexis Mitchell trotting over to grab a respite, and it'll be Hamina Arnaud the Northwest Missouri State midfield / wing back who comes in for Sunflower. Torres with the throw for Sunflower finds Arnaud. Amina. Good feet by Zalesio to come out of there with the ball. Now able to get around one. Delfina rides another challenge, now taken down well after the whistle. Another no call for Delfina. And Torres unable to win the ball back there, as her and Arnaud, of course, will be whistled for the minimal contact. And now Maddie Noland on the ball, the Loyola Marymount defender. Union KC with an opportunity here. Left-footed shot from distance is palmed wide by McFarland. That one might have been outside the post, but Hannah McFarland taking no risks. And now Laura Torres is down and looks to be in a little bit of discomfort as the referee indicates that she needs a sub. You love to see her able to spring back to her feet and at least limp jog off in her own power. It looks like maybe just a bit of a dead leg. And Natalie Jones will come right back on, and we'll see if she occupies the right-hand side or if she comes over on this left-hand side for Torres. But she will, for now, occupy the back post as they look to defend this corner. It's taken short. Back to the top of the box. Right-footed driven ball in is going to be over everyone. We'll see if Union can keep that in. They cannot. And it'll be a throw-in for Sunflower, as we have about 8.5 minutes left in regulation. Both teams looking for a winner here. As Tata keeps possession momentarily, but will eventually lose out to Noland. Now Tata tries to get around Patterson, who used her body well to shield off Tata in that instance, but Akaya Day and Luna Etienne battle and end up giving away a free kick. And now it's played quickly here out on the far side. This is Marn. Marn's left-footed cross in is headed out by Kinoshita and then helped on its way by Akaya Day. And then Arnaud gets there first, or Etienne, rather, I apologize, gets there first and is fouled. Now McFarland. We'll go long looking for Hull. And Jenna Hull's touch will end up back to her here. Now Sunflower with a chance to break here. Jenna Hull has Tata on the far side. Cuts back in. Wants to get that on her left foot. The defender knows it, but she was being pulled back by her arm the entire time. And now the whistle will go as Sunflower lost the advantage. And it'll be a free kick here taken quickly. Tata in. Tata left-footed shot is in, but the referee is not allowing them to play quickly as he's haggling over a couple of yards of where the free kick should have been placed. And Sunflower thought they had the goal that surely would have put them in a position to win this one, but they will have to settle for a free kick in a dangerous area. And that's one of those where, as a player, Sunflower wanted to go quickly. They did not ask for a 10-foot walk-off for the wall. They just wanted to go. And it was a great ball played in there by Zalesio, a great run by Tata, and a great finish. But alas, it will not count. And we will instead have Tata here with a free kick. Tata goes for goal. Right-footed shot is spilled momentarily, but Payne does well to get down and recollect that. Now Etienne temporarily gets possession back for Sunflower. Tata and Day battle, and now Day taken down off the ball, but nothing awarded. It'll be a throw-in for Union KC. Sunflower will make a sub here. Kaya Day will head to the side. And now a yellow card issued to both coaches, it seems like. As the coaches are still in, we'll call it, discussion with one another. And after all the hubbub, we'll restart it with the throw in here. Sunflower wins possession back. Zalesio tries to play in hole, but it's cut out. It'll be a throw in for Sunflower on the far side. As the intensity has just ratcheted up here with 5 minutes to play. As both teams looking for a winner here. Neither one came here for a draw. That ball's played in, but the flag is for some reason staying down here. One-on-one opportunity. That ball driven across. It'll go through everyone for a goal kick. No, and now they're saying a corner kick. As that was... Brooklyn Marn could not have been more offside on that breakaway, but it doesn't get called. Now Tata is going to pick up a yellow card to pointing out that there was a blatant offside in the buildup. And after the shot trickled through, not touching anyone, a corner kick has been awarded here as Sunflower will get that yellow card as they air their grievances. But it will change nothing of the restart here as it'll be a corner kick for Union KC. Ball driven in, heads go up. It's flicked on by Lilja Lidstrom for Sunflower. Now ball played in. Now an offside flag will go up. Etienne finds Jones, who's playing a little bit more centrally, it looks like, since coming on. And Etienne has come out to the left-hand wing back with Amina Arnaud on the right wing back. And that ball just kind of hopefully hit forward here. Byrne tries to get there, Brooklyn Marn, but a little bit too far for the Ole Miss attacker to catch up to. And now Sunflower will have a goal kick with 2.5 minutes remaining in regulation. Tata chests that down, combines well with Arnaud, still combining here. Now, ball played forward here, looking for a hole who just is unable to get her foot to the top of that ball to bring it with her, but it's cut out immediately by Mitchell. Now, hoof forward, Lidstrom does well to nod it away, but Union still trying to break down here on the left-hand side. But Jones does well to get there after Zalesio put off the attacker, and Sunflower will come forward here. Delphina Zalesio on the ball. Has options to her left, finds Amina Arnaud. Arnaud will go all the way out wide here to Luna Etienne, who has space and time out wide. Etienne never challenged, tries a little bit of a shot cross from distance there, but the curve on that always bending away from the goal. Luna Etienne maybe a young defender, but never one to shy away from taking on a defender or having a hit from distance. And that ball will find Etienne. Luna looking for options. Gives it to Zalesio. It's pinged forward to Tata, who chests it on looking for Arnaud. Arnaud rides one challenge, but a good bit of defensive play there from Union to get that away. And now they have a chance to break here. The ball's going to fall to the feet of Berman. Berman shot from distance, but McFarland saw that all the way, was able to get down to her right-hand side and just take the sting out of that one before ultimately pumping it up here forward, looking for Tata, who's done well. Tata juggling it down here with a little Joga Bonita. Finds hole. And then it's cut out here by Zalesio as we creep towards the 90th minute here. We'll have 3 minutes added on here minimum, as that's another foul from behind. And the referee again does not award a free kick. Delfina Zalesio has been taken down from behind 4 times in this game with no foul. And now another yellow card issued to, I believe, Amelia Zalesio, who was trying to argue her sister's case. As that ball is played forward, cut out by Alexis Mitchell. Tata does well to get up and win that header, but Payne will get there ahead of Genevieve Hull. And now Union just looking to take the sting out of this one as they can see the final whistle. And you certainly have to say it looks like if anyone is going to score a late goal here, it's going to be Sunflower. As Tata loses out on that battle of height. But the ball forward there for Union KC is put out for a throw-in by Lilja Lidstrom, and a little illegal throw-in there, but we'll play on. And that ball almost makes it through to Jenna Hull. And it's looped over the top here looking for the run of Vogelbacher, but good play by Kinoshita to not only get there, but play it off of the attacker, the Benedictine forward, Peyton Vogelbacher. And now that's hoofed forward by Kinoshita for Tata to chase after, and Union happy to just go back to their goalkeeper here. Now that ball played forward here, looking for the run of Aniston Cabintack, but McFarlane proactive out of her goal to save that. And another opportunity for Union here to break down the left-hand side. But Amelia Zalesio intercepts for Sunflower, and now they have a chance to come forward in the waning seconds of this one. As Delfina Zalesio will win a throw-in. Goes quickly. Has Alexis Mitchell in the midfield. Zalesio gets it out wide to Etienne. Etienne with what has to be the last attacking opportunity here. That's a throw-in for Sunflower. Amina Arnaud is able to get the ball around, but Sunflower unable to keep that. And now that ball's going to roll through, and who else but Amelia Zalesio there to mop it up for Sunflower. And then that ball finds its way through everyone. Zalesio stabs it forward. Jenna Hull tries to win that out of the air, but eventually Hamina Arnaud gets there first, can't get the contact on the ball, and will be picked up by Cabintack, who gets it out wide to Wilms. Her ball forward's intercepted by Zalesio, who just hits it forward, but it's a chance for Jenna Hull to run onto Payne's goal, but she does well under pressure to slide that out, and the referee blows for full time, and they will split the points here at Pembroke Hill. And what ultimately will end up being a good result for Sunflower, who came in here a few spots lower on the table than Union KC, but you certainly aren't going to get that attitude from any of the players on the pitch or the coaches on the sideline, who most certainly would have felt like the full 3 points were there for the taking from Sunflower, who had a few opportunities one-on-one and on goal that the shots were a little too tame or just right at the goalkeeper. A few opportunities where they were just an inch away from getting on to the end of a cross or a driven ball in that could have deflected in to find that winner, but not to be here for Sunflower, and they will settle for the 1 point apiece here. Sunflower is going to be in action again here coming up on Friday, June 26th for their last game of the season. That will be down in Tulsa against Side FC, who they just played a couple weeks ago and defeated 7-0 here in Kansas City. So good opportunity, hopefully, for the Sunnies to end on a good result there. The Union KC are next in action on Saturday, the 27th. They are down at Oklahoma City FC as they find themselves level with KC Current 2 on points at the top of the Heartland Division table, although Current do have a game in hand. So we thank you guys here for tuning in to this season's Women's Sunflower broadcast. This has been Tyler Calamus on the call with you as always. We will still have another home game here this season for the men, so we still would love for you to check in with us on the Sunflower broadcast. But for this season for the WPSL, we thank you guys for tuning in, and as always, up those Sunnies.